Six decliners are dragging this market like a guy who just saw her red receipt and immediately started typing a novel. I'm Samuel Simp at the Simp Economy Exchange desk, where the composite Simp is holding at 1238, barely breathing, down a rounding error 0.1% on nearly 1.3 trillion in tracked cap. VOW is the lone bright spot in an otherwise bleak midday session, while OFANS is getting absolutely cooked, off 2.76%. Somebody out there is not getting their subscriptions worth.
The sponsor economy composite is sitting at 650.28, up 0.5%, with 5 sectors advancing against only 2 declining, meaning the ladies are outspending the doubters by a ratio that should embarrass most hedge funds. I'm Queen Diva at the sponsor economy desk on the Simp Economy Exchange, and midday in Q3 2026, we are looking at $537 billion of tracked capital moving with the kind of quiet confidence that does not ask permission. Games is leading the charge up 2.1%, while GADGT slides 2.09, which tells you everything you need to know. She will fund your controller, but not your obsolete hardware.
588 points on the composite, and men are apparently worth $940 billion, which is either inspiring or a lawsuit waiting to happen. I'm Zach Grindset at the Grindset Index desk on the Simp Economy Exchange, and what we're watching right now is a market that is grinding, pun fully intended, with the composite up 2.92% and 5 sectors advancing against 4 declining, which is a slim majority, but a majority nonetheless. Gains is your top performer on the session at 2.87%, and given that the desk received an emergency sector bulletin on that ticker earlier today, after a swing of over 18 points intraday, the fact that it's closing out the midday print with relative composure suggests the gym bras have finally discovered risk management.
The Grindset Index is running the table today, with men outspending both women and each other as grind surges 2.92% to 588.2, making self-investment the loudest trade on the floor, while Simp flatlines at 0.1%, and the sponsor economy quietly posts a respectable 0.54% gain, suggesting women are allocating more efficiently than anyone else per dollar deployed. The Gym and Fitness Index triggered an emergency sector bulletin on an 18.3% intraday swing earlier in the session, which is either a sign of extraordinary conviction or extraordinary pre-workout, and the desk is not yet prepared to rule out the latter. Total market cap across all 3 economies sits at $2.774 trillion, and with Simp's $1.297 trillion crown looking increasingly ceremonial against grind's momentum, Q3 2026 may be remembered as the quarter men finally started spending on themselves harder than they spent on anyone else. Full data and live feeds at simpx.exchange.